In the previous video, we drove all the way down to Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument, right on the Mexican border. We drove on the Ajo Mountain Drive and hiked the Double Arch Trail. Today, we continue exploring the land of the saguaro cactus. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. First thing we're gonna try and do today is the Pueblo Blanco Drive, even though I believe the really cool part that goes right by the border wall is closed. By the way, these cacti here to the right that look like chandeliers, those are the actual organ pipe cacti. The species is much more prevalent south of the border, where it is called pitaya dulce, except for here in this area of southern Arizona, hence the name of the national monument. Here we go, Pueblo Blanco Drive. So it would seem like the south road, the one that goes, hugging the Mexican border, is closed at the moment. So I'm gonna take this all the way to Pinky Peak and then return. And then I think what I'm gonna do a couple of those hiking trails near the campground. I mean, and if the weather doesn't deteriorate, we might do that trail that we didn't do yesterday. The beginning of that one-way section that I don't think we're gonna do today. Let me tell you, with these views, it is very tempting to continue on that road. Yeah, I decided not to go the rest of the way. I mean, that's the one-way road that is unimproved at the moment, and what I really wanted to do was take the road that goes right next to the Mexican border, and that particular road is closed right now. So tell you what, how about we go down to Mexico real quick, just to the border. And this is where I'm gonna turn around. Before we continue, let me tell you about our sponsor for this episode, Skillshare. And Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes, so you can explore new skills or develop existing interests or get lost in creativity. And I'm always trying to learn new things. So I found this class by Marques Brownlee. It is called YouTube Success, Script, Shoot, and Edit with MKBHD, that's his name. And even though I consider myself pretty successful on YouTube by now, this guy is really successful. So I'm interested in what he has to say. Besides, I'm a subscriber. So Skillshare, let me tell you, really useful resource, and they have all kinds of courses in writing, music, photography, productivity, even business. Now for the good part, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And after that, it's only about $10 a month. Well, it is getting windy out there. So, yeah, let's do that trail that we couldn't do yesterday because it was late. I mean, it is now 10:25 a.m. Should take about 2 hours. Then maybe we can go into Ajo and put some gas and see the town before it starts raining, and then we'll be back here to do the live stream. We're back on Ajo Mountain Drive, same road we took yesterday, on our way to that second trailhead, the Estes Canyon and Bull Pasture Trails. And we're back. It is about 11 a.m. so I think it's a perfect time to do this trail. It's a little cold when the wind, there's a little bit of a breeze, but it's so beautiful up there. Let me read the trail guide here real quick. Just maybe I'll take a picture just so we know what we're dealing with. And it is a loop trail. This is 1.6 miles, and then an extra half mile to the viewpoint, and then 1.6 miles back. So that would be like almost 4 miles in total. I think we can do it. 2 miles per hour. So it should take 2.5, maybe even 2.5 hours. We should be all right. And hopefully it won't start raining before we come back. It's a beautiful day right now. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. I don't know when. It is just gorgeous out here. The Estes Canyon is a little longer but less strenuous. And then Bull Pasture is shorter, but the elevation gain is more strenuous. So I think I'm gonna go up through the easier one and then come back down through the harder one. Yeah, let's do that. These are some of the largest chollas I've ever seen. Well, going steady, almost 1 mile in, and yeah, it's not very strenuous at all so far. I should be careful hiking along this cholla. Let me tell you, one misstep could be painful. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful out here. It is getting cloudier and more strenuous as we begin gaining elevation here. Oh, these switchbacks. Whew.
Here we go. Here we have some signs.
So this is where both trails meet. Half a mile to go.
Well, since the sun kind of came back out, I've decided to push a little farther. It should be only an extra half mile. And then the rest of the way should be, downhill. I'm a little tired. You can tell I haven't hiked in a while. Oh, look at that. What a view. Well, the trail is not very well marked up here. And if it becomes increasingly, technical, I might call it quits. But I'm gonna push it a little more. Should be all the way like up to there, right? Wow, look at that.
Up and up we go.
Well, this may have been worth the extra effort. I think it's just a little bit more to go and we'll be at the vista point. Yeah, I imagine it goes all the way up there.
This last part is definitely more strenuous and relentlessly uphill, but I think the views are going to be worth it. It is also getting cloudier, as I said, and significantly colder.
We're almost there. We're almost there, I hope. And we made it. We made it to Bull Pasture.
Yep, this is it. Somehow I was hoping for more.
Alright, let's head back down Bull Pasture here. A little bit anticlimactic. I mean, yeah, we have the great view this way, but the actual viewpoint was further down, the one that we saw earlier. That was really nice. So now we just have nowhere to go but down, and hopefully we'll make it back before it starts raining. And the shade is getting noticeably cooler.
These views definitely worth the extra effort. I don't even know where to look first. And here's the view looking south onto Sonoita, Mexico. Here's another view south. If you look close, you can even see the border wall.
Okay, we've made it to the junction. Let me tell you something. That felt like a lot more than half a mile. Now we still have a mile to go, but this is unexplored territory, so let's do it. I have a little bit of an uphill here before it goes all the way down.
It is getting cloudier and windier and colder, and it is beautiful.
Is that the parking lot down there?
Just the road and the wash. We're getting close.
If it wasn't for the weather change, this would have been an awesome hike. Let me tell you. But you know, I'm still getting a little worried that I'm gonna get caught in the rain out here. And it's gotten significantly colder. You know, especially when you get that breeze. It's exhilarating, but I'd rather not have to worry about getting caught in the rain out here.
Yeah, let's hike back to the parking lot as quickly as possible.
It's gotten so dark. It looks like it's gonna rain in a minute. What is this? I guess we were supposed to register, and I guess this blew out in the wind. These are some of the people who have registered. I did not see that registration box the last time I came. It's like, not last time I came, like 3 hours, like 2 hours ago. It felt longer just because of the menacing clouds at the end here. So I've been like, at the same time, exhilarating, you know. I remember crossing this wash.
What happens to washes when it rains? They become creeks.
And we've made it. Should I tell them not to do it? Maybe they're just looks like they're camping out of that truck, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go back.
Weather is deteriorating quite a bit, so we're going to save the trip to Ajo for tomorrow, on our way to Tucson. It shouldn't be much of a detour. And now the sun wants to come out. It is an amazing ride, let me tell you, driving through this cactus forest. This earth, so diverse. Today we're here, tomorrow we may be in an alpine forest. Who knows? Look at all these organ pipes intermingled with the saguaro. The cholla almost looked like flowers on the side of the road. And we're back. Let me go this way because we have to hitch up tomorrow morning.
But someone told me that rats like to come into the engine bay because of the heat, and they chew on your cables. Well, let me tell you, looks like someone has been here. I don't see any damage, but definitely someone was here. It looks like we've got rain coming from Mexico. we're getting a hint of a sunset out there. Believe it or not.
Well, good morning, everybody. Beautiful morning here at the Twin Peaks Campground in Oregon Pipe National Monument. That's my gigantic saguaro cactus. And checkout time is not until 11 a.m. So there are a couple of hiking trails here around the campground. So we're gonna try to do those before heading up to Tucson. I think Tucson is gonna be the next destination. By the way, I'm trying a new setting here on the GoPro. Hopefully it looks better because I have been less than happy with the results so far, as you could probably tell. So there is a 1.3 mile trail to the visitor center. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, here we are. Should be around here. There's a perimeter trail that goes all around the campground. By the way, look at that, beautiful. And there should be a trailhead somewhere here for that trail that I want to take. Here seems to be a path to that perimeter trail, so that's what I'm taking. You know, being careful with these shoya cacti. You know, those are very prickly. This is the Palo Verde Trail to the visitor center. No bikes, but you can come with your pets. By the way, I just got a call back from the RV park in Tucson, the same one we stayed at 3 years ago. And, you know, a couple of nights with full hookups. And then we might do some boondocking. Tell you what, I'm gonna turn around. Had we not done yesterday's trails, this would have been amazing. But we did yesterday's trails the day before yesterday. And, well, yeah, on the road again. Twin Peaks Campground here and Oregon Pipe in general. Very nice. Very nice. Look at that bird.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
I had heard this place was nice, but I'm pleasantly surprised. This is, I mean, the campground is totally primitive, no hookups whatsoever, so, you know, come prepared. And it's beautiful, and you know, I love all these saguaro cacti ever since. Oh, we have garbage here. Hold on. Let me throw away my trash. I'll be right back. Yeah, I've been looking for the trash ever since I got to this campground, and I guess every loop has their own trash receptacles here. So that's good to know. Hold on.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
One more thing. There are so many things, you know, that you have to do whenever you're leaving camp. This is my tire pressure monitor. It's always good to have on.
just in case. As I was saying, we're going into Ajo because I saw a car wash there, and at least the truck I want to wash. And then we're going into Tucson. I have some Amazon packages to pick up, and then I don't know what we're gonna do. By the way, another pleasant surprise. Very good Verizon signal here.
Turn right.
And if you have AT&T and you have an international plan, there's a signal from Mexico that you can get into. It just you probably won't get any data, but you can call. And with the data plan that I have is just $10 a day, just to be able to use the Mexican signal, which
Continue for 1.5 miles.
it's not bad considering. So we are just like 8 miles from Mexico here. Yeah, even less. I don't know.
Okay, let's put gas here. In why? I wonder why they call it why. Here's a pretty quirky gas station, the Why Not Travel Store. And here we are, once again in Ajo. Ever since we drove through town a couple of days ago, I thought there was something cool and unique about it. Now, let's see if we can find parking with the trailer in tow, so we can explore by foot a little bit. Here's the historic Ajo Plaza, very cute, but all the parking is diagonal, and there are some low clearance underpasses, so I better get out of here and look for parking someplace else. Here, this will do. That's a pretty cool mural, and this one too. Let's walk towards the plaza.
It does seem pretty deserted here on a Saturday. It's around noon. Let's check it out. There's the visitor center over there.
Apparently, that used to be the railroad station. And here's some information about this master-planned community. A mining town made to look pretty in order to attract workers. And it almost looks colonial in certain ways. Spanish Revival, I think, is the correct term. There's a small market in the plaza, some vendors selling local crafts, and overall, very pleasant. The tasteful Spanish Revival architecture is complemented by the beautiful natural setting. This is the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church.
A very cool plaza here in the middle of Ajo, Arizona, and yeah, I just met one of our viewers over there, and he's going to Florida too. So there you go. And I wish I hadn't had breakfast because there's a bunch of places here that look like very cool, like to have breakfast at. And that church, that's pretty cool. The church has a carillon. Alright, we gotta continue. Let me see if I can find that car wash, and then it's pretty much non-stop to Tucson, Arizona.
Not a bad looking town, let me tell you. We shall return one of these days with more time.
There we are. Okay, not perfect, still a little streaky at parts, and I did miss a couple of spots, mainly back here. I could take care of that with I could take care of that later, but it looks a lot better than it did. So now on to Tucson we go.
There's Ket Peak Observatory, one of the places I wanted to visit on this trip and perhaps the first one to fall off the original plan. But I'll be back one of these days, I promise. Y'all know I'm into astronomy and this place I want to see. Largest solar telescope in the world? Yeah. And here's our border patrol checkpoint. They usually just tell you to have a nice day. Well, we're finally going to Tucson, a city I've driven through so many times but never visited. But more about that on the next episode. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road. Riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, and 'cause I'm free in my RV.